Hey guys, I am in my van again because it's the most quiet place to film these types of videos. Today I'm going to take you guys through a week of training. What I trained last week basically. It was a heavy week, you guys. It was something like last winter, like every week last winter. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I will close. You guys coming back?
5.
Yeah. I filmed last week like a little bit from every training, and I came up with this idea like halfway through the week, so the first 2 days are a bit off. So the first day of the week, that was Monday. I usually rest on Mondays, but this Monday I did 22 kilometers. It was like on asphalt with a bit of forest, and then like the 3 last kilometers with Nicolo on the beach. If you guys wonder why I have like a line here, it's because I usually have a ton of necklaces and I took them off. They're coming on again because at this point it's like, do you have a necklace burn because of your necklaces, or do you have necklaces because of your necklace burn? Tuesday I had a rest day, and actually like when it comes to rest days, now I have a lot of rest days. 2 rest days a week. For many people that's not a lot of rest days, but for elite athletes I think that is a lot of rest days, isn't it? Nils van der Poel did 2 rest days and it was like, whoa, that's a lot of rest days. So yeah. Wednesday I did a marathon. Every time I see someone running, when I'm running like a marathon on a Wednesday, every time I see someone else running I'm like, why are you not at work? And then I remember, I'm not at work either. Maybe more people are living the life I'm living. And I ran from here, that I kind of live in Italy, sorta. I ran from here along the coast north. I ran 21 kilometers north and then I ran south again. So I usually do a lot of those runs that are like out and back because I like that. On Thursday, I did 1 kilometer times 14. Pretty slow, not gonna lie, because I'm not a fast runner. Also, I don't do a lot of fast running. Like, I'm fast runner if I run for 6 hours. Like, compared to what other people run in 6 hours, because most people are slower at running 6 hours and they're faster at running 1 kilometer. But I literally run the 1 kilometer times 14 in the same pace as I do a 6-hour race. So I don't know what's wrong with me. Something is a bit off. I can say that I'm probably made to be an ultra runner at this point. Are you warm, camera? Are you warm? A little bit? Hey, so it's Thursday. I'm in the forest. I'm about to run some intervals. I think it's going to be around 14 times 1 kilometer. So that's going to be cool. I did 2 kilometers of warm up and I'm going to start the intervals now. The pace is going to be depending on the ground because it's going to be a bit traily. So the pace is going to be pretty slow in the start and then I might increase. But the most important thing is that I do all the 14 intervals and they can be pretty slow. There is no shame in doing slow intervals as long as you do a lot of them. Otherwise it's big time shame. I've done half of the intervals, 7 of them. In a pace, it was like around 5-minute pace down to 4:30 pace. But it's a bit traily, so there's a bit of like soft ground. But it's going good. It's going good now. It's a bit warm though. I had 1 minute rest in between every interval, and now I'm going to have a bit of a longer rest after half. On Saturday, I did 40 kilometers. I ran from here, from the sea, up to the mountains. That's Volterra, look at it, it's so beautiful. And I stayed there overnight. So I ran there, it was 37.5 kilometers, and then I ran a bit back and forth. In the hill actually, on the mountain, I ran up the mountain, down the mountain, up the mountain, down the mountain for 2.5 kilometers. So fun times. My Sunday was spent like a 3rd long run of the week. Woo! On the Sunday, I ran back from the mountains, so it was 37.5 kilometers. I didn't have the energy to run another 2.5 kilometers to get like 40 kilometers. My 3 long runs had an average of 40 kilometers. 1 interval session, 3 long runs, and then an additional, like for many people 22 kilometers would be a long run, but yeah, I don't know. On Friday I rested. Did I say that? I don't know. I don't know if I said that. I rested Tuesday and Friday. The total amount of kilometers was 160 kilometers. The total amount of training hours were 16.5. The total amount of elevation gain was 968, which is not a lot. I run a lot flat because that's how I compete. Sometimes when it's not that close to season, now it's like 5 weeks left to my next race. But when it's not this close to the season, I go up in the mountains and run. But now it's starting to get close, you can say. I already competed once though, but like my important race that I want to do good at is in the 6 weeks. Important to say is also that I don't train like this every week. Sometimes I train totally different, but this is like a bit of a big week. Now I'm starting to go up with my training, but this is kind of like a big week when I'm not doing anything else. Like sometimes when this week I plan for hiking, and that means that I lower my training. Depends on what I train other than running. I have a different training program, but this week I was just running and focusing on just getting in a lot of hours. So now my crisp bread is here. They were at the bakery, that was why I did a little break. I can do a little taste test in the video. Thank you. Genius. B-bird! How are we doing today? Are we doing like big cactus? Or are we doing like small cactus, huh?